All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to our Journey Through the Lower Four Chakras webinar. I am so excited to be joined with Shantel today for this amazing presentation. Starting from the root, working our way up is our specialty here at Moon Rising, and I know it's something that Shantel and I are both really passionate about. So I'll just give quick little intros to who we are. If you're new to us, I'm Isabel. I'm the alchemist here and the director for Moon Rising Shamanic Institute. I am the one that bridges science and spirituality and likes to help you have a really grounded approach to your spiritual practice. I'm also really passionate about taking shamanism back to its roots so that we can connect with our ancestors, our lineages, with that really traditional way of viewing the world as alive, connecting with ourselves, connecting with nature, and releasing our limiting beliefs and alchemizing our emotions and stepping into the highest version of ourselves as we do that. And of course, I am so excited to be joined with Shantel today, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Shantel. I'm the mystic here at Moon Rising, and I really love to bring in ceremony and ritual, as well as bridging in consciousness and our human experience through our archetypes, through soul contracts, and understanding both, being connected above and connected below, and what our earthly experience is while we are here and having a soul having this earthly experience. And so that's really where I like to touch base with people. And so, and then as well as bringing in our rituals and everything that we do. So definitely, if you have, your sage, anything to burn. If you know me, you know I like to burn. So that's definitely one thing that we'll be doing before we get started with our meditation.
Absolutely. So, as we get going, we're going to dive into our presentation and then we'll call in our directions, use our sage right before our journey. So, what you can expect tonight, like I said, we're just going to do this overview of why the lower four, why are we focusing on root through heart and not the upper chakras, why it's so important to heal from the root. We'll do a little brief overview of those lower four chakras for those of you who aren't as familiar, or a quick refresher for those of you who are. And then, of course, we have our guided shamanic journey, and Chantel's going to be taking us through those lower four chakras for a really beautiful healing experience tonight. And then we do have a giveaway planned for you guys at the end as a little thank you for being with us on live, and hopefully we'll have time for some shares and questions as well. So be sure to stick around to the end. But I would love to just dive in here with why the lower four chakras. There are seven of them, hundreds if you look at the original chakra teachings. Why are we focused on these four, right? And it's because our lower four chakras, root, sacral, solar, and heart, they represent our foundation, not just the foundation of our chakras, but also of our physical body, of our energy, of who we believe ourselves to be, of the limits that we have, of how much of our potential we're able to see, right? They form the base of our energy, our physical health, and our mental health. They are truly the foundation, and everything else is impacted by the state of these lower four chakras, right? I always like to use the example of a zipper, just like you start from the bottom and you kind of pull it up, and whatever's happening down below is impacting what's happening up above. That's how our lower four chakras are. And so they also become the seat of our limiting beliefs, a lot of our stored trauma, and a lot of unprocessed energy, because that heavier energy starts to shift down through our chakras. It kind of settles in our root and our sacral, especially if we're not processing and moving it. And of course, our root chakra is also tied with our subconscious mind. So, hello, limiting beliefs, limiting stories about who we are. Of course, our sacral chakra is developing with our inner child, with the difficult and also joyful, but often the difficult experiences that we have when we're kids. And so all of this gets stored in the lower four chakras until we're able to consciously work with them, heal them, and release what's being stored there. And as we're doing that, when we can release it, when we can heal it, it can start to ripple up through all of those other chakras and really create a big change there.
So yeah, I would like just to add is why part of why we also do that is because when we're not healing those lower chakras, that is the cycle of patterns, beliefs, everything that keep coming into our life, right? The same experiences, the same kind of people, everything starts recycling itself through because we are still working from that lower vibration of emotion, of trauma. And so, with it being very earth based, it's important for us to focus on those as our healing so that as we move up the chakra system, we have this higher awareness and consciousness that allows us to really expand versus being in this constrictive energy that we tend to feel when we are not healing through our lower chakras.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that brings us to this idea of healing from the root, right? This is why healing from here is so vital because even that small change or that one energetic release or that one limiting belief that we're able to unshackle ourselves from creates a ripple of healing through every other chakra, right? And so often in the spiritual community, I see teachers and curious individuals trying to do it from the top down, right? Because we tend to see our crown chakra, our third eye, as more spiritual, as more in tune. And so we kind of try and escape from our bodies, from the lower four chakras, because we're afraid of that, quote unquote, lower energy or that heavier energy. And so we try and focus on these upper chakras. But what often happens is then we're just kind of sending our energy, sending our consciousness up and out of our body. And we're walking around ungrounded. We're walking around feeling kind of dissociated. Oftentimes we end up feeling a little bit hollow and numb and empty. Let me know in the chat if any of those symptoms you can relate with, because I know that I can absolutely relate with some of those, right? And that can be something you've carried for years, or it can be a just today, I'm feeling kind of ungrounded, right? Heaven knows we've got a lot of energy going around our planet right now, right? And oftentimes that's because we're so focused on the spiritual, these upper chakras, but we're forgetting to come down. We're forgetting to embody and heal from the root. Chantel, what do you have to add to that?
That yes, absolutely. Like in the spiritual community, we definitely do see a lot of people that want to connect up here because I feel like not that it's the easier place to reside in our energy, but it seems to be the most fascinating, right? And then when you go into the lower ones, you're like, oh my gosh, that is where all of our stuff is stored. And people don't want to look at that, right? So we bypass it, we suppress it, we ignore that it's there. But the thing is energy cannot be ignored, and it is very patient and it waits for us, and then all of a sudden it comes up and will become illness, it becomes disease, it becomes mental health issues, it becomes physical pain. And so it's really important for us to focus on the healing and the releasing that needs to happen in our root and our sacral, solar plexus, and heart so that we can shift and move through these energies and release it instead of carrying it around like baggage like we do so often in life.
Absolutely. And the other piece of that too is we're so aware, especially if you have Reiki in your practice, we're so aware of the energy coming in through our crown, filtering down through our heart and out our hands, maybe even all the way down into our root, right? But from a shamanic perspective, we're also called to connect with the earth, to receive her energy, to receive her medicine. And if we're not willing to connect with these lower four energy centers, both the things that are ready to be released and processed, but also the joyful, secure, creative, motivating, confident, loving, compassionate aspects of those lower chakras, we're not able to pull that energy up from the earth because we're essentially blocking ourselves off from half of our power, half of our energy, and the foundation of who we are. And it often leaves us wondering, well, who am I? What is my purpose? What's the point of all of this? These kinds of questions that I think we're seeing people ask a lot more lately. And part of this, I really believe, is because we're so disconnected from the earth. So we're hoping to kind of remedy that a little bit throughout today's presentation, but also with our shamanic journey. So before we dive in, I just want to kind of give a little overview of the lower four chakras for those of you who are unfamiliar and a little refresher for those of you who are very well into the chakras. So first up, we have our root chakra, right? And root chakra is at the base of our spine. It's located at the perineum, our tailbone. Think pubic bone and down, right? And every chakra has both an energetic component, a physical component, and an emotional component. So for root chakra, for physical, we're looking at our musculoskeletal system. So think your bones, think your muscles, right? If you have issues with your joints, if you have issues with your bones, with your teeth, with your muscle system, right? If you're constantly in a fight or flight response, if your nervous system is dysregulated, all all of those can be signs that your root chakra is calling for attention because when our body is speaking to us, and like Chantel was saying, when energy manifests itself as physical pain, as mental health issues, as physical illness, we can take a more compassionate view by recognizing those symptoms as signals, as messages from our body saying, hey, this is what you need to look at. We're calling for your attention, right? And root chakra is, of course, connected with the earth. So, again, you see why we're starting from the root down because we're really calling in that earth energy. And when we think of root chakra, we want to think of our foundation, think of safety, think of security, think of the having your physiological needs met, right? This is really kind of the key of root chakra is are your needs met? Do you feel safe? Are you secure? Have you been nourished, right? And we also talked about the mental health side of chakras. So, when we're talking about the limiting beliefs that we have stored in our lower four chakras, the lower four also have kind of a core limiting belief that we tend to see the most show up in that chakra. And that doesn't mean there can't be others, right? But the general idea for root chakra is that core limiting belief becomes I'm not safe. You can fill that in with I'm not safe to be seen. I'm not safe to show up as who I am. I'm not safe to wear this particular kind of clothing. I'm not safe to whatever it is. That core belief about our safety being challenged is a root chakra sensation. But when root chakra is balanced, it can feel financially stable, it feels trusting, it feels present and grounded. You feel at home in your body and calm and regulated in your nervous system. Anything to add to that, Chantel?
Yeah, I would say, when we tune into our root, especially because the root is a large base. So, kind of like what you would think with your crown coming up and out, your root does the same thing. It's a very wide base. It's almost like if you were wearing like a hoop skirt, right? And so you can feel into your energy when you do Reiki on yourself. Like, do you feel it like your root is narrow or do you feel like it spreads out? Is it wide? The wider you are, the more grounded you're going to feel, the more stable you're going to feel. You're going to be more connected to the earth because you're having a wide base, a wide foundation. So anytime that you're working with your root, it's really tuning in to what does your body have to say to you. It's communicating with you, right? So if you feel like you're bouncing off of things, you're hitting things, you have bruises on your body that you don't know where they came from, that kind of thing. And a lot of times it's because you're outside of your crown chakra. You're like there's this existential part of you that is kind of floating. You're in your body, but not within your body. And this is where embodiment really is important and to be like fully grounded into your feet. You want to feel that your feet are firmly on the ground. And when you're walking on the earth, you're not walking on the sides of your feet or tiptoes. You want to be firm on the ground so that you can truly connect and see those roots coming out of the base of your feet and the base of your spine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so then moving up, we have our sacral chakra. And sacral chakra is right between the pubic bone and the navel. So, kind of that soft spot of your belly, your lower belly, just under your belly button. And physically, it's connected to our kidneys, it's connected to our bladder, it's connected to our water. So, even think saliva. You can also think of circulation and how well is your blood flowing. Blood pressure can also be related to sacral chakra because its element is water. And when we think of sacral chakra in general, we want to think of our creativity, we want to think of our sensuality, so our ability to enjoy our five physical senses. Sensuality is very different from sexuality, where sexuality is engaged with actual sexual acts. Sensuality is our ability to use our five physical senses, these gifts that we have as human beings to experience the world around us. So, in addition to those, again, we have our sexuality and we do have our inner child, and our ability to manifest are all in our sacral chakra. And in sacral chakra, we're looking to have our emotional needs met. So once we've been nourished and supported in the root, then we're looking for our emotional needs. We're looking for, our parent to say, oh my gosh, what an incredible picture when we show them what we drew as a child, right? Those moments of being validated, of letting your creativity, your imagination shine and having those be seen as worthy, right? Which is where that core limiting belief comes in for sacral chakra. We often see the belief, I'm worthless. I'm not worthy. That's a very sacral chakra energy. But when it's balanced, right, our sacral chakra can experience fun and play. We can be sexually active and able to orgasm. We can enjoy the pleasures of life. Again, using our five physical senses to be able to look at a beautiful painting and appreciate it, or have an amazing cup of tea. Or for me, one of my favorites is having a good, like, fuzzy, soft blanket and engaging my sense of touch there, right? So actually being able to, now that we are safe and secure in our root, be able to then show up in the world and enjoy what that means. Enjoy being creative, enjoy using our senses, enjoy being human, and a little bit of the mess that comes along with that, right? And I think so many of us have been disengaged from the mess. We're kind of taught to be very sterile as we get into adulthood. We have to fit in our boxes, we have to do things right, we have to get our to-do list done, we have to have everything in its place. My mom used to say a place for everything and everything in its place. And that's kind of like the antithesis of sacral chakra, because sacral chakra wants to be in flow. It wants to be having fun. It wants to be going with the waves of life and being in the moment. What else, Chantal?
Yeah, I love that. And seeing if you do feel like you feel stagnant within your sacral, right? Because all those, everything she's talking about is having that constrictive energy. So, what I feel with the sacral is it's connecting to your people, it's connecting to your family, your community, your friends, it's being in your feminine energy, it's being in flow with the water, like we're talking about. But when you are external with your sacral, it is how can you connect with those around you? How can you have those deeper relationships? How can you really embrace the feminine energy within yourself so that you know that you are worthy to receive, that you can receive, right? That you can be the creative energy that is not masculine that goes out and gets it done, but the one that brings it in and that lets it come into your heart center, right? Because it's like the receiving of. And so, working with our sacral and having such a beautiful balance with fun and play and allowing ourselves to be in flow with life rather than feeling like we need to check off all the boxes and do everything perfect, because we aren't. We're messy humans. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to have fun, to be playful, to interact with each other, to have amazing orgasms. Like, like everything that our physical body can do, this sacral is an amazing place to be working with.
Absolutely. And so then once we have that ability to enjoy life, to be present in life, that brings us up into our solar plexus, because here we're looking at our identity, our motivation, finding purpose. So taking those positive experiences that we're having in sacral chakra and finding meaning for them, finding passion for them, finding a purpose for them, right? So our solar plexus is connected to just between our navel and our sternum. So I kind of like to say that soft spot at the bottom of your ribs is really where your solar plexus is, right there by your stomach. And it can be connected to our adrenals, our digestive organs, our liver, all of our intestines really can be connected with solar plexus. And so think of, how are you digesting life is another question that comes up with solar plexus. Are you really trying to control? Are you really trying to really hold on to all of the balls and make sure that everything gets done the right way, and are afraid of what happens if you drop a ball or you forget an item on your to-do list? Or are you holding on to conversations with people after you've had them, or trying to plan them out ahead of time, right? And not letting the energy of life flow through you. Those are very solar plexus symptoms. And we see that because its element is fire, right? It's here to burn away what doesn't serve us, to have us let go of what doesn't serve us, but also to shine a light forward and help us see where we're meant to go one step at a time, to connect us with, I know who I am, I know who I'm not, I know what my purpose is, and I'm motivated to go after it, right? That's a very balanced solar plexus presentation. And in our solar plexus, we're looking to know our value and our worth. We're looking to know, where are my gifts? Where are my strengths? How can I use them? How can I show up in the world and create goodness and create passion and create more love and create more light in the world, right? And so that's where we see this core limiting belief that, frankly, I think everybody's got a little bit of this one, but we see I'm not enough in the solar plexus. That's a big solar plexus limiting belief, because again, in our solar plexus chakra, we're looking for our self-worth. We're looking for our sense of self, our identity. And so that limited belief, that collapsed reality is going to be, well, I'm not enough. right? But on the other hand, when it's balanced, we can feel confident, we can feel motivated, we can feel empowered in our daily life. We have a healthy sense of self, right? So we're not going all the way to being narcissistic or really full of our ego or having a big head. We're really balanced. We can see our strengths, we can see the things that maybe we're not as good at and be inspired to grow, but all of that is connecting us back to our passion and our purpose.
I see this one, and I don't know why I don't have this analogy for all the chakras, but definitely for solar plexus, is I see it as a pendulum swinging. So when you are out of balance, either way, how that pendulum swings, right, is if you're going to be in the more narcissistic, more the party started because I'm here, more like everything is all about me, versus it swinging the other way where you're more the quiet one, the wallflower, you just kind of stand in the corner or behind everything that's the action that's going on. And when you're in center point, that is where we, in the core of who we are in our solar plexus, is where our true power is, because you can find that balance. And I find that that's where the masculine and the feminine energy really reside together. They are equal and in balance together because you feel that you're in balance. You know that you can do all of the things. You can show up in your truth and you can show up in your power, but at the same time, you can be soft and you can have compassion for others. So it's like being able to, it's like a mixture of all the chakras I feel within our solar plexus. It is the fire of ourself, but at the same time, it brings in such a beautiful balance so that you can show up for others at the same time you're showing up for yourself. And it's noticing where is the motivation, right? And where's your purpose and what are you truly feeling with it? And if there's some sluggishness going on in your life, or you're feeling like, I don't know where my motivation is, this is a perfect place within yourself to go within, do some journey work and say, what is going on in there? Why are we feeling blocked? Start asking the questions so that your body can start revealing that to you.
Absolutely. And so there we're seeing how the chakras are kind of acting like a zipper, like Chantel's saying. We can see pieces of each chakra mirrored in every one as we're going up. And we really see that kind of come into balance and harmony in our heart chakra. So our heart chakra is our perfect balancing point between the lower three chakras and the upper three chakras, right? It's right there in the middle. It's located between our sternum and our collarbone, so heart center. Physically, it's connected to our heart, our lungs, our immune system. So, issues there can often be symptoms that your heart chakra is calling out for your attention. Its element is air. Again, think about lungs, your ability to breathe in, your ability to let go, to release, to process emotions with your breath. When we think of heart chakra, we want to think of love and connection and compassion, both for self and for others. And like Chantel was saying earlier, we also think of giving and receiving, of that balance of masculine and feminine, of that meeting point, of all of the energy being balanced and harmonized here in heart chakra. And it's always looking to belong, to connect, to love, to find its people and where it belongs, to bestow that love and to receive that love, right? And so its core limiting belief then is I'm unlovable, right? And you can start to see how this balanced presentation of each chakra is really kind of the opposite of that limited belief. And I think that really drives home why these lower four chakras are so important, because you can see how if somebody had each of these limiting beliefs, right? I'm unlovable, I'm worthless, I'm not enough, and I'm not safe, that really cuts you off from all of the magic that life has to offer, right? And so if we could just heal those four, if we could heal those four chakras, what a different life we would have and what a different world we would live in, right? And so the balanced heart chakra is able to give and receive love and compassion equally, right? And it feels connected and supported both to self and to others.
Yeah. So notice with the heart chakra, like as we're using this zipper analogy, is I'm feeling like as we are zipping up, that's that restrictive energy, right? And then as you unzip it, because we're opening and expanding, that's how our chakras you want them to feel, is this open, expansive energy that's going on. So within the heart, if we are feeling blocked or restricted in any of the chakras beneath it, it's going to bring that up. That energy is going to come straight into the heart chakra. So suddenly we're not able to forgive others. We're not able to forgive ourselves. We're not able to extend love. There becomes this hollow point I feel in the chest where people feel clenched. You're heavy. You're like, what is going on? Life becomes very heavy within the heart center, the heart chakra. And then, it's like the burden of the shoulders, the burden of the incaved shoulders, all of that starts to have a play. You start to see it in the physical body and how you're standing. Are you standing strong? Are you standing with your shoulders back? Are you kind of collapsed in? These are all indications of where we are within our heart chakra. And so if you feel like even slumping over, you don't have good posture, that's all part of the back of that heart chakra in a physical sense. So these are just ways for you to just read your body without energetically having to go through it all. Is where are you and how are you feeling within your own stance? And bringing that balance in is so important, because when we're strong in our chakras, we're strong in our body, we're strong in our emotions, and then our mental body, everything comes into play. And then before you know it, that's that center point that we were talking about, where you really get to be playing with the truest version of yourself, your highest self, because you're standing straight and narrow with you. Doesn't mean you're playing straight and narrow in life, but your body gets to have that strength within itself because you're feeling strong within you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, with that said, now that we've got this overview of the energy of each of the chakras, we're going to transition into our guided journey. But before we do that, I would love to know in the chat, how is all of this landing? Is there one chakra in particular that you were listening and going, oh, that's the one that's really calling for my attention? Or I would really love to have the intention of focusing on this chakra in my life. I would love to know in the chat how all of this is landing as I test our music here for just a second. So I'm going to share my screen again, but I'm going to go ahead and play some music behind it. And if you guys could also let me know in the chat if you can see Chantel and you can see, or you can hear Chantel and you can hear the drums at the same time. So Chantel, if you could give us a little test once you hear the music, that'd be lovely.
Test, test. Can you hear me over the drums?
Turn it down one or two.
Does
Let
that
me know
sound
in the
okay to
chat.
you?
How's that sounding, you guys? Oh, I've got chat. Let's see.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you
Perfect.
guys. All right. So before we dive in, like I said, I'd love to hear in the chat how this is landing for you. But before we journey, we always love to call in our directions. This is a shamanic ritual of honoring the four directions, honoring the upper world, the lower world, the middle world, our higher self, and really creating a sacred space for this work. So I'll be calling in the directions for us tonight. This is also a great time to be lighting your sage, to be burning your palo, to be using your crystals or your candle or whatever spiritual tools you have that you want to connect with as we tune in. So I'm going to just invite us to sit back in our chairs for a moment. Just tune in with your body. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Just take a second to fully arrive here in the present. Feel yourself ground in. Calling any of your energy that's still at work or still with your to-do list back into the present. Already feeling yourself ground into those lower four chakras. And just taking some nice deep breaths as we call in our directions here. So we call to our circle the spirits of the east, the wind with its whispers of wisdom, catalyst of curiosity and innovative change. We call to our heart chakra with its element of air, that sense of love and compassion for ourselves. We ask that your winds, that our breath, clear away the cobwebs in our minds and release us from our own expectations for this experience so that we may be fully present, to be that hollow bone, that open vessel, ready to receive what Spirit has in store for us tonight. To the spirits of the East, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And we call to our circle the spirits of the South, the fire with its passion and purpose, burning away what no longer serves us, connecting us with our solar plexus, our center of motivation, our confidence, our purpose, knowing who we are and what we were put on this earth to do. We ask that that fire within us ignite, that that flame illuminate our path forward one step at a time, showing us exactly where we're meant to be in this time and in this space. To the spirits of the South, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And we call to our circle the spirits of the West, the water, Keeper of mysteries unknown, the one who reminds us that we can trust, let go, surrender to the flow of life. We call to our sacral chakra with its element of water, its ability to be in the flow, to embrace the mess, to embrace our creativity and our ability to enjoy the experience as it comes to us, knowing that these waters will take us exactly where we're meant to go and wash away, soothe away everything that the fire has burned so that we can maintain that clarity and that connection. Spirits of the West, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And we call to our circle the spirits of the North, the earth, provider and sustainer of all physical life, nourisher of all beings. We call to our root chakra with its element of earth, our foundation, our sense of nourishment, of safety, of security. May each and every one of us receive the nourishment and support that we need from this journey tonight. To the spirits of the North, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And we call to our circle the spirits from above, our spirit guides, guardian angels, loving ancestors, the energy of the sun, moon, and stars shining down that brighten both day and night, illuminating our path, filling us with inspiration, divine messages, and keeping us true to our soul's optimistic intentions for this experience. Spirits from above, be with us tonight. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And we call to our circle the spirits from below, our power animals, mythical creatures, nature spirits, friends of the lower world, the ones who remind us what it means to walk with one foot in the physical, one foot in the spiritual, dancing between the realms, feeling that balance, that harmony of these sides of ourself. Be with us tonight, spirits from below. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And lastly, we call to our circle the spirit of our highest self, the energy here between, the one who reminds us of who we truly are when we release the limitations, release the limiting belief, release the wounds that are holding us back. When we alchemize our energy and step into our truth, step into our power, you are the reminder of what awaits us there, reminding us that that power, that potential is already existing within us. Through this experience tonight, may we embody you more fully than ever before. May we alchemize and heal to the spirit of our highest self. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. Welcome to our circle. And with the energy and intention of all 7 directions now in place, this circle is blessed as sacred, pure, open, and ready for our experience tonight. Knowing that we are all here for reason and purpose to receive exactly what we are meant to receive for the greatest and highest good of all involved, knowing that we can release our expectations and allow what comes through to come through, trusting that whatever comes is exactly what we needed for the greatest and highest good of all involved. And so it is. Blessed be, sealing it all in with another big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Settling deeper into your chair, letting your eyes remain closed, and listening to the drums and Chantel's voice as she guides us on this 15-minute shamanic journey. Journey well, my friends.
Go ahead and take in some deep breaths, allowing yourself to fully sink into the surface beneath you. Allowing yourself to release any energy, thoughts, and emotions that are ready to be released and transmuted through breath at this time. Allowing your body to just relax. Giving yourself permission to be led on this guided journey. Opening your heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and your roots. I want you to visualize yourself in your happy place, in this space that brings you so much joy and inner peace. Noticing how you feel within this space, connecting to all of your senses, noticing what you smell, noticing what you taste, what you hear, what you feel, and just fully embrace and embody all of your senses. Feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling the wind on your skin, the sounds of birds in the distance, or the leaves blowing in the wind. Noticing if there's any flavor as you take in this journey, as you take in this vision of where you currently are. I want you to see in front of you a trail, a path. I want you to take yourself towards that path, one step at a time. Listening to the sounds of the earth beneath you, crunching beneath your feet. Feeling the wind as you move further and further down this path. As you start to journey through your own chakras and connecting with each of the elements. You notice that the road before you starts to curve towards the right, that you are making your way through your chakras, through the spiral with them. And as you continue to walk down this path, you start to see that the terrain is changing. You're getting deeper and deeper into the woods. The trees are getting thicker around you. The earth is sturdy beneath you. And in front of you, off to the side, is an altar. And as you come to this altar, I want you to sit. Sit firmly on the ground, your legs crossed, your back straight. I want you to feel into your root chakra. Feeling that cord coming from the base of your spine, deep down into the earth. Feeling the roots from your feet, deep down into the earth. And feeling within the emotional body, the energetic body of your root chakra, noticing what is ready to be released. Noticing what you feel. Noticing if there's any scarcity. Noticing if there's any shame, anxiety that you're ready to let go of. Whatever it is that you personally feel at this point, I want you to give it as an offering to the earth. Allowing her to receive it, to transmute it, to transform it, to release it. And allowing your root chakra to feel whole again, to feel expansive, to feel full sense of security. Allowing you to feel strong on your own foundation. And when you feel complete, I want you to stand up and start to journey back down a path, taking the curves as you need to. Walking further and further into the depths of this forest. And as you enter the space of Sacral, you will notice that there is a body of water, a lake, a river, a stream, a creek, whatever to you. But near this body of water is another altar. And at this altar, I would like you to sit down once again. Feeling into the emotion of your sacral. Noticing how you feel, the emotions that are coming to the surface. Noticing any sense of insecurity. If there's a block here that does not allow you to flow with your natural ease of life, if you're not able to connect with your joy, with your passion, there's a suppression of intimacy. Just noticing how you feel. And offering this to the river, to the pond, to of water. This is an offering to the element of water to wash away, to be cleansed, to be cleared, allowing you to feel whole again, to feel full and expansive in space within your sacral. Allow you to feel the creativity grow in you, to feel the space of intimacy, sensuality, creativity, and a connection with the people in your life. And as you have that expansive energy, giving thanks to the water, standing up once again and walking further down this path, going deeper and deeper into this forest, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling lighter, feeling more grounded, more connected. Until you come to this space of your solar plexus, you will see a fire, a beautiful burning fire waiting for you. And next to this fire, again, you will see an altar. Sit at this altar. Feel into your solar plexus. Notice where your energy is. Does it swing further to the right? Does it swing further to the left? Do you feel out of balance? Do you feel like you have no motivation? There's a sense of worthiness within you. Do you feel a lack of personal power? Noticing how you feel. And scooping that out and offering this to the fire, allowing it to be burned, allowing it to go up into the ashes, to become smoke, to transform into the phoenix. And again, letting that fire bring and ignite the fire in you, allow it to help you to grow, to empower yourself, to feel balanced, centered, to know that you are worthy. To know that you hold your own personal power within yourself, that you can expand your self-esteem, that your confidence can show up. And feeling that power within your solar plexus, feeling that burn with fire, allowing it to expand beyond you. And feeling yourself stand up again to continue to walk down the journey, down the path, deeper and deeper into the thickness of this forest, until you come into an opening, a space that's open with your heart chakra. It connects to the element of the air, where the air, the wind is blowing, filling your skin, opening and expanding with this wind, filling your hair blowing in the wind, opening your arms, spinning around in this open space, opening your heart chakra and feeling into what is ready to be released, what is ready to ride on the wind, to be released through the air. Maybe you feel grief, sadness, heaviness in your heart chakra. Time to open that center, bringing forward love, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, a balance of masculine and feminine, bringing in the energy that only you can really truly expand in your heart chakra. And as you feel the wind take this away, you really feel that expansion. And as you turn, giving thanks and gratitude for the element of air, you see an altar. And on this altar is a box. I want you to walk over to that altar and latching the box, opening it. And within it will be a gift to you. A gift to you from your heart chakra. I want you to reach into the box, Look at what your gift is, noticing how it looks, how it feels to you, taking it all in, and then placing it in your pocket, wearing it if it has a strap, however you can, but taking this gift with you, giving gratitude once again to the element of air and to the chakra of your heart. As you start to walk back down the path, this time we're going back towards your root. So as you walk down that pathway, the curves turning towards the left, you will once again come upon your solar plexus. And on that altar will be a box. I want you to go to that box and open it and receive the gift of your solar plexus. Bringing that out, holding it, touching it, looking at it, observing it. What is it? What message, what gift does solar plexus have? And giving thanks to the fire, and giving thanks to your solar plexus. Turn and start walking down the path towards your sacral. And as you walk down this path, that's taking you further and further out of the distance. You start to see in the distance your sacral. And there awaiting you is your altar. And as you get closer to the altar, you see the box. I want you to open the box and see what gift Sacral has for you. Reaching in and lifting this box up, or lifting the gift out, holding it, touching it, observing it, noticing the message that Sacral has for you, what gift it has given you, giving thanks to the element of water and to your sacral chakra. As you turn and make your way back towards the path, walking down the spiral once again, moving you out of this thick forest, moving you back towards your root chakra. And as you walk out of this forest, you see an altar waiting. And on this altar is a box. I want you to open the box, reach in, and pick out the gift that is waiting. Feel it, observe it, noticing the message that root chakra has for you, and what message is there for you, what gift is there. And as you give thanks to the element of earth, to your root chakra, you continue down the path, stepping out of the place and back into your happiness, looking at your 4 gifts, cradling them, loving them, and having gratitude for the 4 elements and the 4 chakras. Feeling yourself completely grounded, feeling your creative energy, feeling your spark of inspiration, feeling your self-esteem, feeling your self-empowerment, and feeling that release of sadness and grief in your heart and the expansion of love. Taking in a deep breath, filling in all of the energy and gifts you have received, knowing they are imprinted upon you. Opening your eyes when you feel ready, and coming all the way back to us.
Beautiful. Taking your time here, coming back to your physical senses. Wiggling your fingers and your toes, and taking just a moment here to journal, to write out, whether that's in the chat or even in your own journal, just writing out, how was that experience for you? What did you feel? What did you notice? What gifts did you receive from each chakra? What was your top takeaway? Remembering that shamanic journeys are just like dreams. The further away from them we get, the less we remember. So take a moment here to write down the highlights. We have to thank and release our directions just as we call them in. We have to thank and release them as well. So let's complete our circle together, bringing your hands to prayer, taking a nice deep breath, releasing, letting go. And taking a moment, we will release our directions in the opposite order that we called them in. So, to the spirits from below, our power animals, mythical creatures, nature spirits, thank you for your guidance and protection tonight. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. To the spirits from above, our spirit guides, guardian angels, loving ancestors, thank you for keeping us true to our soul's optimistic intentions for this experience. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. To the spirits of the north, the earth, thank you for your nourishment, your sustenance, your support. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. To our root chakra, we honor you. To the spirits of the west, the water, thank you for reminding us of trust, surrender, and flow. To our sacral chakra, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. To the spirits of the south, the fire with its passion and purpose, thank you for burning away what no longer serves us, for illuminating that light and purpose within. To our solar plexus, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. And to the spirits of the east, the air with its whispers of wisdom, thank you for clearing away the cobwebs in our mind and our energy. To our heart chakra, we thank you, we love you, we honor you. And of course, to our highest self, coming back to the center, coming back to ourselves, thank you for reminding us of who we truly are, for the energy and the shifts that we received tonight, for walking alongside us. We thank you, we love you, we honor you. And with all seven directions now acknowledged and thanked, this circle is complete. Our time together is at an end, knowing that we all received exactly what we were meant to for the greatest and highest good. Sealing all of this in with one more big deep breath in, big deep breath out. To all of the spirits and the energies that held space for us tonight, we thank you, we love you, we honor you, and we release you, completing our circle and reclaiming all energy that is ours and ours alone from all four corners of the earth, so that we can end this evening feeling present, empowered, and grounded in the truth of who we are. So it is. Blessed be everyone. Thank you so much for joining with us tonight. Like I said, we would love to hear your top takeaways. If you're not already in our Moon Rising Shamanic Mystics Facebook group, I highly recommend joining us over there. It is an amazing community of almost 4,500 people doing this work right alongside you. So if you're looking for a community, a sisterhood, be sure to check out that link. We would love to see you there. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I hope that you enjoyed, and we hope to see you soon. Keep an eye on our website and the Facebook group to know what we are up to next. We've got a lot of exciting things planned coming up, so be sure to keep an eye out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Everyone.